So it looks like a nuclear leak disaster is in the making in the UK. The Sellafield nuclear plant is leaking. That looks to me like part of the war between UK and Israel. Because, of course, UK was the one that attacked Israel, pretending to be who? Of course, bunch of barbaric, uneducated, poorly trained Arabs on paragliders. Anyways, some weekends ago there was unrest in Ireland where somebody stabbed primary school and kindergarten children with knives. And then some Algerian immigrant was blamed for that. Now, I don't buy this bullshit because I know that two inbred British freaks killed their so-called daughter, Madeleine McCain, and then they made up a story about kidnapping over there in Portugal, after which many Portuguese detectives handed in their papers to quit because they were stopped from prosecuting them. And then British intelligence and British media made up that computer-generated image of a German person with a typical name Christian Bruckner that was supposed to be a kidnapper and killer. No, that was a brother and a sister who were fucking each other. They bought that child from another sibling because Kate was infertile and it was not her daughter. And they were also black transplantologists for the royal family. And they cut the poor child into pieces. They sacrificed her on Beltane, which is the 1st of May. The same thing happened in Ireland. The British, after they got Ukrainians all poisoned, walked up on these drugs and hypnotized, programmed like zombies to kill and stab Russians. Then they unloaded a bunch of these women and children on the territory of Ireland, Northern Ireland. About 200 of thousand of Ukrainians in a small town like Clare or something like that. And then those Ukrainian kids started to come to school with knives, and all the mothers who were Irish were silenced. And now we have this story where a couple of weekends ago somebody stabbed little children. And my guess, it was somebody from Ukraine. And they made this whole bullshit story about Algerian up. Why would Algerian immigrant travel to live in Northern Ireland? Algeria used to be a colony of France, so they speak mainly French over there. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, I think that Israel is now hacking nuclear power plants in United Kingdom, and that's part of their war. Of course, there are also traitors who really work for UK in United States, and that's why Israel is in dire straits and in an imminent danger. I hear those people talk, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson, about war with China and war with Iran. And I wonder how the US is going to handle all these wars. So, the story about China is that they are printing money, and then somebody has to buy United States treasury papers. So that's somebody who buys most of the debt for them printing. So they print money and they charge interest for printing. And Federal Reserve is not federal at all. It belongs to the Bank of London and the World Bank. So United States is in a huge debt, and they think at least somebody in there, whoever is the power behind the scenes in the US, they think that they can start this war with China on some bullshit pretext and say, well, we don't have to pay the debt anymore. These are our enemy. That's just how it is. They want to start the war with China, not to pay their debt. That's genius, isn't it? So all this money are going to destabilize in Russia and the fight in Ukraine, because Biden has a secret daughter, I think, over there, who is now Russian prosecutor advisor, who used to be prosecutor of Crimea, and he wants her to be president of Russia. It's just, that's what it is. It is what it is. Biden's daughter is in my land. So anyways, what I wanted to say is how remarkable was the visit of Elon Musk to Israel. I made a video several years or months ago about Elon Musk really having all this equipment, but they don't really fly into space. He has all this equipment because he digs holes in the ground, and he's the one who builds all these tunnels. It's ironic and very hypocritical how he comes to Israel, knowing full well that he was the one who dug all these tunnels for Hamas. So they need special machines to dig those tunnels. This is a very high-end engineering equipment that Elon Musk, who is a Windsor, owns. He just has a little bit of almond eyes because he was probably carried by a Korean surrogate or something like that. But he's a Windsor and he's a reptile, that Illuminati client that believes that they are from Atlantis and they used to live underwater. So I don't know how long American people will continue to tolerate all this disaster. I honestly did not expect that someone can make such a mess of a country in such a short period of time. So I think that it is a disaster and the US is really going into civil war. And once their civil unrest starts over this help to the Ukraine, once this civil unrest starts, either Iran or China will surely attack, because they know it's their chance, or North Korea will send the rockets, because they know that the US is weak and it's full of unrest everywhere. So the demons are not sleeping, I should say. Their Japanese have dumped their nuclear waste into the seas and the oceans. Now there are a bunch of dead fish that beached to the shore, and this looks just like Minamata disease. Starting off Minamata disease, which is extremely painful and extremely harmful for pregnant women. So the dead fish symbolize dead children. By the way, it's an archetype. The fish is an archetype of semen, of seed. Japanese will be the first to go underwater. Then there will come the term for UK. I really ask the powers that are in the heavens to destroy the UK. So my message to MI5 and MI6 is to stop your fucking with my devices. You are disgusting, repulsive, and stop doing all this to me. You are disgusting, repulsive, inbred freaks. Please stop surveilling me. You are disgusting, repulsive idiots. You make my skin crawl. Whole bunch of yours. You are disgusting. You disgust me. Please go away. Die.